We had a great week this week. I'm going to tell you how it went and show you what I ate and give you a weigh-in, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia. You are watching Ketosis Focus. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that as with any journey, whether it's weight loss or anything else, there are some ups and some downs. And I try to share it with you and keep it real and give you the good, the bad, and the ugly on this journey. So just as much as I've had my downward swings, just as much as I've had my pitfalls on this journey, there are moments where I have a good week and I need to share it with you so that way I can, be honest with how this journey is going and not just focus on the negative and get frustrated. So I need to remind myself that there are moments where it works and things are good and not everything is always in a negative or anti where I'm trying to go on this journey. So regardless, let's talk about this week and what I did differently. So one of the things that I did this week that I didn't do last week was I started taking a probiotic. That is something that I've never, ever done before on this journey or any journey, was take a probiotic. But I had been watching some videos and researching and just hearing a lot of positive things. And I was like, you know what? I've never tried it. Let me try it and see if I feel any different or if it does anything for me. So I started taking a probiotic. I didn't go out to eat as much this week at all this week, so that was helpful to kind of stay on plan. And I started to track in my Carb Manager app just to kind of keep me focused and writing down what I'm eating again, because if I don't track, then I have no clue of exactly what I'm ingesting. If I mindlessly eat, if I end up eating when I'm not hungry, I end up indulging when we're out at a restaurant. So putting it in a Carb Manager app for me has been very helpful, so I can either plan my day, plan it for tomorrow, or see exactly what I'm eating, writing it down. And it's helped me. As much as I hate tracking, and I've said this a million times, as much as I hate tracking, I do see value in it, especially if I am trying to lose weight or maintain. There definitely is value. It just is an inconvenience, and you want to be lazy and you want to live your life. And that's something that, again, I have to remember to do when I'm at maintenance, and I'm not there yet. So that being said, I did start tracking this week. I wanted to play around with fasting windows. So we'll talk about fasting windows this week. I started trying to keep track of my blood pressure because I don't know if I've mentioned it in past videos. I ran out of blood pressure in this transition of insurance companies and doctors. And so I'm a little nervous about running out of my blood pressure and my statin. But I feel good. My blood pressure reading has been really good this week, so I think we're okay. All right, let me show you what I ate and we'll chat afterwards. All right, it is 9:47. I think the last time I ate was yesterday at around 4 or so I've been fasting for a while. But this week it's time to bust out the measuring spoons and make sure that we are weighing everything and just making sure that we're not overdoing it. Sometimes it's really easy to do that. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Today I think I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of this super creamer and make my coffee this morning. It is time to eat, and I decided to pull out the scale so I could measure. This is actually 1 chicken breast, and it is a pound of chicken. I haven't been that hungry today There's a little piece I just added on here. That little tiny piece did that. Oh, see, now it doesn't do anything. Anyway, it is, it's almost 1 and I haven't been that hungry today, but I'm gonna go ahead and make kind of like a chicken fajita stir fry kind of thing with some peppers. I might just do like a Mexi bowl again without the rice though. So maybe some guacamole, cheese and sour cream. I don't know, we'll see. All right, so I diced up my chicken. I'm gonna season it with this paleo powder because it has like, I think gomino and stuff in it, and it gives it like a Mexican flavor. And then I'm going to just fry it up in the pan that has a little bit of avocado oil. All right, here is what a pound of chicken looks like. I added some garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, in addition to my paleo powder. And we're going to, season this all up. Fry it all up. All right, so this is another thing that I like to make when I make my stir fries is the fajita vegetables blend from HEB. I am gonna weigh and measure it. What are we gonna do? 85 grams. And enter this in. And we are tracking today. All right, so I'm gonna let this finish cooking. I put in the frozen peppers. Cook this chicken breast all the way. I'm basically gonna assemble it in a bowl, and I am gonna add some cheese, some holy guacamole, a little drizzle of the Mexican cream. I forgot that I had these chicken skin chips. These are just chicken skin, kind of like chicharron, but chicken skin. So instead of pork rinds, chicken rinds. So I am going to add this in there for a little bit of a crunch. I was gonna do Quest chips, but I'm trying to keep it very low carb. And if I don't need to get that extra stuff in, then I won't. And this might end up being a 1 meal a day today because I have a very busy afternoon. I'm eating a little bit later than usual. I'm not too hungry today. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll start my fasting window when I'm done eating. All right, here is the final bowl. I've got a little bit of that cream drizzled up on top with some Colby cheese, a holy guacamole cup, and like chicken fajita, I guess, or Mexican chicken breast diced up. I don't know what you want to call it, but this is my meal for the day. Good morning. It is 7:20 and I'm going to get this chuck roast ready for the crock pot today. All right, so I literally cut up the cabbage and put it in the bottom of the crock pot. I'm going to season the roast, place that on top, and put my chopped onions and garlic and just start it. Oh yeah, don't forget, we're also going to put some bone broth. All right, here it is, all ready to go. It should be ready in the next 8 hours or so, which will make it about 3:30, 4 o'clock maybe. And then this will be something that we can all eat between Nick's basketball championship game and Ivy's kickball game. Busy. All right, here is the blood pressure reading for this morning. Not bad, 118/87. All right, I've been fasting for 20 hours since yesterday, and I'm gonna go ahead and have my coffee. I have a little bit of a headache. I'm not sure what that's from. Could be stress. I haven't eaten since yesterday's lunch. I got hungry like around 9 or 10, but I didn't want to eat that late. Of course, I was gonna get ready to go to bed. But I don't know, I kind of feel a little funky today. All right, so today I decided to make my bread again. So I've got the usual ingredients that I use for it. I do 1.5 cups of the egg whites. I forget the exact measurements, but it's the Maria Emmerich's recipe for her protein sparing modified fasting bread. I've got my egg white protein, I've got my allulose, I've got some cream of tartar, some nutritional yeast, and some salt. I'm gonna make a loaf of bread today because I want to make a kind of like a roast beef sandwich because I don't want my roast beef to go bad. So I'll go ahead and make kind of like a grilled cheese or grilled roast beef sandwich today. All right, this is what it looks like before I put it into my little bread loaf pan. So let's see if it all fits. All right, so this is how it looks. I seasoned it with some garlic and herb seasoning on top, and we're gonna put it in the oven for 30 minutes and see how it does. All right, so we're gonna put it in there for 30 minutes, and then when it's done, we're just gonna shut the entire thing off and let it sit there for 15 minutes, then take it out and let it cool before I cut into it. Caesar made some bacon this morning for his omelet, so I'm gonna like munch on a couple of these pieces. All right, I pulled it out of the oven. It is nice and hot and humongous. I'm gonna take this out and put it on a cooling rack. Put it on a cooling rack and then slice into it. All right, I decided not to do a grilled cheese because fresh bread out of the oven is so much better. So I decided just to make a sandwich. I did melt some cheese with my roast beef and I put some mayonnaise on it. And here is my sandwich, and I am gonna eat it with some Quest chips on the side. And this is my lunch at my desk today. I'm done with the walk on the treadmill. I've been fasting 15.5 hours, and I've got my coffee here. I've got 1 tablespoon of that super creamer, my coffee, a little squirt of the chocolate stevia, and some sugar-free whipped cream on top. I put it into my carb manager because I was curious on what this totaled out to, and I think it was like 33 calories, which isn't a bad way. But yes, officially I am breaking my fast. I don't know, people have different ideas, but for me, if I'm ingesting any kind of calories, I'm breaking my fast. I'm got my protein bread today, so I'll probably make a breakfast sandwich this morning, and then maybe eat a little bit of that chuck roast from yesterday later on, and then I'm pretty much done, and we've got a busy rest of the evening. All right, here is the final product. We've got the protein sparing modified fasting bread, some mayonnaise, some no sugar bacon, 2 eggs, and a New York white cheddar slice of cheese. I wish I had tomatoes because I love breakfast sandwiches like this, but with tomatoes, but this will work. All right, it is hectic. We are heading out the door. I am measuring out some yogurt. We've got yogurt. We've got some sliced roast beef that I am rolling up and eating like this. And then I think a little bit of leftover roast from yesterday. All right, here is what 5 ounces of the roast looks like heated up. I am eating it by the kitchen sink before we head out the door. Happy Thursday. This is the blood pressure reading for today. Not bad, not bad. I've not been on medication for the past few months, past couple of months, I think. It is 8:08. I was going to try and push my eating window back, but I have been fasting for 16 hours this morning. Got a little bit of a headache. I'm not feeling too great this week. So I'm going to go ahead and have my coffee and break my 16-hour fast, and we'll see what the rest of the day has in store. All right, it is 12:30 and I am starving. I have not eaten today, so we are making my go-to, which is the cauliflower Mexi bowl. I've got the steak with some peppers. I did cauliflower rice with some seasonings. I've got some cheese. I did weigh out to make sure that I've got 1 serving because it's really easy to overdo that. I've got a holy guacamole cup and my light sour cream, and I'm going to assemble in my bowl. and dig. All right, and here is the final product of the bowl. We've got the Spanish cauliflower rice. We have the cheese as the next layer. The fajita mix, I would guess. It would be like, I think it's their thin ribeyes, and I just sliced them up and fried them with some peppers. And then I've got my holy guacamole cup, my sour cream, and some Frank's Red Hot, my go-to meal. I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, here is dinner. I made a protein-sparing modified fasting bun. And then I've got 2 beef patties, 1 slice of New York white cheddar cut in half for the both patties, a little tiny bit of mayonnaise, and some mustard. Oh, it's been a busy morning. It is noon. I did have my coffee today before we headed out the door for a work event. Today we are coming back to eat lunch, and it's gonna end up being an OMAD day today because I've got plans this evening, early evening as well. So what I ended up doing was I have 2 of my protein sparing modified fasting buns with the leftover patties from yesterday, provolone cheese. I topped it with 2 eggs, a little bit of tomato. I was gonna do bacon, but I didn't wanna wait for it to cook. So this is kind of what each burger is looking like, along with some Quest chips. That's because I still get to have a serving, sorry, my tomato fell, of yogurt, Greek yogurt after this. And then I'm gonna be done and see how long I end up fasting until tomorrow. Tomorrow is my weigh-in. And yeah, so far it's been a pretty good week. All right, finishing off my eating window with 170 grams of 0% Fage yogurt. And then we are done for today. So as you saw, I played around with a bunch of different fasting windows this week. I think day 1 was 18 hours. The following day was 20 hours. The following day was 15 and a half. Then I had a 16-hour fasting day. Then I had an almost 16 hours at 15 hours and 45 minutes. And then my last fasting is the one that I broke this morning at a 20-hour fast from yesterday to this morning. So I wanted to kind of see what would happen if I played with it. Because if you saw a couple of weeks ago, I did alternate day fasting where I did 3 36-hour fasts in 1 week, and I think I lost a pound, 1.2 pounds, something like that. So I'm trying to kind of find my groove. Let's talk weigh-in. Let's talk weigh-in. All right, last week I weighed in at 184.0. This week I weighed in at 181.8. That is a loss of 2.2 pounds this week. So happy, so happy. And honestly, the only time I got on that treadmill this week, I think was once, I think on Wednesday, and I walked for about 40 minutes or so. So, you know, that's pretty good numbers for me because I haven't had a number this big, 2.2 pounds, in quite some time. So I'm excited. I will take it. Yay! Very happy. Now for April, let's talk about this month and what I'm going to do. What my plan is I want to stay consistent with tracking. I give myself 1 day off, which is Saturday, and then start back on Sunday. So I'm giving myself a little mental break on Saturday. That doesn't mean I'm going off keto. It just means I'm not going to track every little thing down in my app. I give myself 1 day. I've always done that. It's kept me sane somewhat on this journey. So I'm going to keep with that in April. So I do want to track Sunday through Friday moving forward in April. And I'm going to do a challenge for myself to stay away from alcohol all of April. So that means Easter, going out of town, all of that. I'm going to stay away from it because, you know, that's been one of my biggest battles on this journey is how to try to be on a weight loss journey yet indulge in alcoholic beverages, celebratory drinks, every turn that I get, and sometimes making it, especially with vacation, making it a daily thing, which isn't always the healthiest at all. when you are trying to better your health. So what I'm challenging myself to do, and I'm going to be completely 100% honest with you guys, if I fall off at all, if I have a bad day or a good day, it's going to be here to see. So I plan to be honest and be accountable, and I want to take off the month of April from any alcoholic consumption, as well as tracking, as well as increasing, you know, my walking. I want to get better about getting up on that treadmill and doing that. But that is it for today, y'all. Like I said, it's been a great week. I'm very happy with the results. I feel like if I put myself out there and say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do moving forward in April, then I've already made the decision in my mind, and then I will follow through with it. I think when you fail to have a plan, you plan to fail. That's a saying, right? Yes. So I think sometimes me not claiming it and saying this is what I'm gonna be doing this week, then it makes it really easy for me to just kind of live by, fly by the seat of my pants, and just kind of let the chips fall where they may, so to speak. And so I don't want to do that. I want to be a little bit more deliberate with my choices when it comes to this journey and me meeting my goals. But I'm very happy at being at 181.8 right now. It's not that much difference of where I was December 31st when I ended 2022, right? We're 2023. Yeah, where I ended 2022. So now the challenge is to take more off from where I'm at. And I am looking forward to KetoCon this month in Austin. So I do want to be really focused in April and try and shave off as much as possible. It just kind of gives me that momentum that I need. And then when I go to KetoCon, I take in all this information and I get inspired with all these other people, and I'm ready to like really soar. So I'm hoping me getting this head start into April and a few weeks before KetoCon will help me push me to that next level of my journey. So I hope. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment. Let me know how your week went. What did you do? Were you intermittent fasting? Were you alternate day fasting? Were you counting macros? Were you eating intuitively? Did you try to do low carb? I'd love to hear about it. Post it in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.